SoccerBeat, what?
Welcome to Talking Pirates SoccerBeat. I have Moeneeb Josephs here with me. One part of our crew is missing. Cheese Boy, he's not with us today. He's with the Betway squad in Kimberley, I believe. But I think it might have to do something with the fact, Moeneeb, that he's got a bit of Sundowns blood in him. And
Sure.
that Sundowns
That's
part of his...
100%.
Yeah, it could be the reason
You
he's
know?
not joining us today, because the Pirates boys...
Just because you're Susan, that's Mike. You 100% right there, Mike. Cheesy. I'm very skeptical here now, because all of a sudden when after that first result we got, and then we were here, we were here, Cheese, and then I think there was a little bit of fear, but we will approach it when he's here. We just have some views on Cheesy. We just would like to approach you on this as well. So nothing serious, We just have to check these corridors out.
Yeah, but now that we've addressed that, Moeneeb, what a performance from Orlando Pirates. That first half performance was the best performance I've seen from Orlando Pirates this season by a country mile. I feel like Jose Riveiro got that spot on. The three at the back, the 3-4-3, just beautiful. Mbokazi again, special. I mean, I can't believe that he's a teenager. His third game in the PSL performing like that, I thought was incredible. Tapelo had his detractors, and he's come out and put on a massive show. Sibisi again, absolute man mountain for the Bucks, and just an all-out phenomenal performance. What did you make of that first half? Obviously, Mofokeng with the 2 goals. That the first 10 minutes couldn't have gone any better.
Every single one broke their part, Mike. What a performance! What a performance! What a performance! And why I say what a performance, Mike, is Coach. You say this? Sorry, Coach just came to fetch his butter there. Coach, what do you think of that performance? Just quickly.
That's why I don't have a roommate.
Back to sorry. That you have to listen to Coach there, Mike. But back to the serious, Mike. Oh my goodness, what a performance! Yes, every player played his part. And let's start with the coach. Mike. He's been taking a lot of criticism, I see, from these sidelines, Pirate supporters looking for his head. These plastic supporters, yes, that has been calling for his head. Not once did we call for his head here. All we said last week was he was a little bit. We just need a little bit of bravery, but that happens in time to time. He's been on top of his game for so long with us, and unfortunately, he's a human being, and that we showed that lack of bravery last week, where we felt that he should have used Magopa. Look at this week. He showed bravery. He showed tactical acumen, man. Mike, because last time we went with him, we went toe to toe. We went toe to toe with him, Mike. What did we do this week? Tactical discipline. We held our shape. They came at us and we hit them. And evidence Magopa as well. Listen, the boy. We're not criticizing him, but we're always onto him, Mike. But today he just showed as well those runs that he makes, because we always, like me personally, I say he makes those runs into those channels like a headless chicken. But look how useful those runs was today, where we completely out-nullified when you mentioned earlier in a conversation me and you had, where they had their wing-backs that go. Coach specifically emphasized having those 3 up front, where we broke them down. Even for Roy was a little bit more inside. Cut out where they overlapping fullbacks wanted to go. Intercepted the ball, and who was the first one to make the run down the side channel was our boy Evidence Magopa. I give a lot of credit to him as well for the composure that he showed as well to knock the ball to our superstar Rele. So a complete I think tactical masterclass in that first half, where we showed completely. Listen, if we just apply ourselves to a Sundowns team who completely want to dominate teams, who completely wants to just overrun them, we showed. Listen, we held our own, knew exactly what we wanted to do, went with a plan, and completely annihilated them in that first half. They were frustrated. They were so frustrated. And it's the first time I saw. We always have nothing to speak about Sundowns because they're such a dominant team. But today, I'm sure we're going to have so much to speak about them as well. And it starts with their coach as well. Yeah. I'm very disappointed with.
Often you'll know, Moeneeb, when you decide to sit back and be a little bit more defensive, like it can sometimes be difficult to break out. But there was nothing wrong with the way that Pirates, they sit mid-block, but every time they won the ball again, Magopa, they obviously targeted Suarez as a weakness in terms of the channel run, because they knew that Aubrey would climb higher, and that run from Magopa down the channel hurt them every single time. And it wasn't that we just had those 2 chances in the first half. I think we could have scored 3-4. Really could have had a hat-trick easily in the first half. We were really, really good on the break. I don't know, just he got it completely spot on. And the two holding midfielders in front of our back three, Cash and Mbata, were phenomenal. Like, they broke down everything. It was just, for me, the most complete. The second half, we knew the wave was going to come. The momentum would shift, and we'd have to deal with it. But we had it already. We had our 2 goals, and we could change up the tactics. And I thought it was spot on.
100%.
Spanish guitar, masterclass.
Mike, the planning. That goes down to the planning. Exactly down to the planning and specific planning, because we knew where their weaknesses are. We knew what we needed to do. And like you say, rightly so, Mike, when we go into a middle block to a low block, to get out is very difficult. But then it all comes credit to those runners, those willing runners into those channels where we exploited, where the planning comes in, where we knew that, listen, these boys were going to come out and we needed to go in there, but we needed willing runners to go in there. And Evidence Makgopa is someone, that's why we emphasized last week, bring him on so that he can make those runs. He's just going to make those runs. But today, the coach, the team's tactical discipline as well, because it's not easy, Mike. Because sometimes they have so patient, they're such a patient team on the ball. They knock the ball, so they drag you out, you know. But our tactical discipline that our boys showed as well, which is a massive credit to them as well, where Cash and Talent just sat there in the pocket, just shaping until we won the ball. And early in the game, the plan worked to the T, where we won that ball and straight into the channel where we knew was going to be exposed. Our boy Evidence, I can't speak enough about Evidence Makgopa. That is how he is. That is what we see his strengths. He makes those runs for us, you know. Where we have a guy like our striker. What's our strikers? I'm so excited, Mike. What's our Mabaso? Yes. So he's that poacher around. He likes to stay in the box area. But we have a guy like Evidence Makgopa who just goes in the channels. And then you have a youngster like Rele, who's so clever and knows when to make those runs.
On what Rele did today, but we're going to discuss it at the end of the show. But before we get there, and we'll talk about it after the break, what happened after the game. Somebody from
No.
Didn't want to do the post-match interviews and ran down the tunnel. We'll chat about it after the Betway promotion. Remember, if you're signing up to Betway, use the SoccerBeat code for extra $25.
How would you like to win a little something extra just for joining the best in the game? For a limited time, we are teaming up with Betway and giving all of you access to a SoccerBeat exclusive. If you join Betway using the sign-up code SoccerBeat, now in March, you'll get 25 Rand extra bet. That's right. It's time to get way more out of every bet. Standard T's and C's apply.
And we are back. Thanks for sticking with us. Guys, remember, if you sign up for Betway, just use the code SoccerBeat to get you extra $25. Moeneeb, I actually didn't see the post-match press conferences. You had to tell me what happened. Fill me in. What exactly happened? Apparently, there was some...
Mike, you know, Mamelodi Sundowns are so used to winning, right, that they don't know how to handle a lose. And for me, it was so sad to see, because, you know, we emotionally involved in the game, a lot emotionally involved. And there's not a real lot of weaknesses that Mamelodi Sundowns has as a football team. But what I saw after the game was, as soon as they lost, what did their coach do? Ran down the tunnel, not wanting to shake hands with our gentleman coach, who, win or lose, is the first one to go and shake your hand, you know. But that just shows such a weak individual to do that. That is so weak of him, Mike, to go and run down the channel, because to run down that's weak. You know, whereas our coach, what do they do? Especially, I've noticed it about Mamelodi Sundowns. As soon as they win a game, their coach is the first one to run across. You're going to shake your hand. But as soon as you lose, and then we must chase after you. Come on, that's poor. That's a weak individual for me. That's poor. That's poor for me.
Sometimes when coaches are like, there's been a really bad refereeing decision, or something's really gone against you, or whatever. Like, I didn't see anything, and this might be the biased Pirates fans in us, but I didn't see anything massively. Yes, there was that one offside decision where I thought, obviously, but Sales missed the goal anyway, so it wasn't like he was going to score. If it went in the back of the net, different story. But he missed.
Debatable.
And
yes.
Yeah. Exactly, and so it didn't end up in a goal. But I mean, I didn't really see anything else that would have justified that type of reaction. So,
no, Mike.
We got humbled 4-1, and we had to swallow our pride and go shake hands there. So when he outsmarts you tactically and gets the win, then
beautiful, Mike.
Yeah.
Beautifully said, Mike. When you got outsmarted tactically today, outsmarted, you know. But yet our coach is still as humble as he is. Went and looked to shake his hand. And where was he? He went to the tunnel, you know. No. You must take the win with the lose. Be a man. Be brave, you know. Because you're so used to winning that you cannot handle the lose. No, my brother, you gave us 4, and what were we there? We were chest out, hands out, We had an asthma pump. I was sitting on the show here with my own nebulizer. It was hard for us, but we took it. We never hid from or ran away from our responsibilities, and in making all types of excuses of, listen, no, for 15 minutes there was no football. That happens in football. If you're holding on for dearly, those are tactics part of the game. They do it as well. But Mamelodi Sundowns is known for that when they've got the lead, that they slow the game down because that is tactics that they've picked up in the experience on the African shores in the Champions League. Those are little tactics that get used. But don't complain about it now when it happens to you. Come on, man, you're Mamelodi Sundowns, a massive,
Maybe
strong
I
brand.
ask you what you think, because obviously I don't want to get into the league conversation. I think it's still a far way away, and whether we're back in that. But what does it mean? There's a very good chance that we could meet them in another final, and possibly 2 finals before the season ends. What does it mean when we showed them today that we can beat them? Because I feel like sometimes if they would have got the win over us today after the 4-1, and then again today, you would have said, like, can we beat the Sundowns team? But now there's that belief now, and you could see that the hunger that I saw from the Pirates players, like how badly they wanted it. I mean, as a Pirates fan, like that gave me a lot of optimism to say that, like, if we meet them in a final, at some point in the next 3 months, there's no reason that we can't get another one over them.
100%, Mike. This victory today wasn't just for today. It was for future. That's why we emphasized this last week as well. Like for me, like I emphasized again, no matter if we win all these games in hand and all those things, that's still in their control, right? But we know further down the line we're going to meet somewhere. So this is where we need to make a statement. And we have to say, Mike, we have to say, and factually, that we beat them convincingly because tactically they couldn't break us down. It's not about, I'm not speaking about the scoreline, not about that. I'm not speaking about you breaking us down. You could not do that. We were tactically organized. So that gives our players a massive boost to say, hey, listen, man, all it needed to, and our coach as well, just a little bit of trust and faith, and look what he's done. He's completely annihilated their tactical plan to come and beat us again, because I'm sure they stood up and shoulders were, and it was all about this 4-1 story again. When our coach went back, thought about the situation, thought, hey, listen, today's game is more important, not just for today, but for that game that you mentioned as well, and all those teams that we're about to face before we get there, mate. Like the Moroccan, the Algiers side, sorry, our next Champions League game as well. They're going to be also sitting back and thinking, geez, to outsmart the champions like that. It also put a little bit of worry everywhere now. Not just, I'm not interested in the league, but those bigger games that we're up against, You
know what I'm really excited about is the rise of Mbokazi now, and the fact that we've got a left-sided centre-back with the left foot. He gives us, we all thought like, okay, maybe he's going to play Mbokazi and Sibisi. But now he's given us the ability to play 3 at the back. And now we can go with 3 big boys, especially away from home in Africa. And he's just shown that maturity that I would have no problem throwing him in Africa already. Like, you've just seen the physique, the body. I mean, he was flying into challenges today. Like, if he was coming into that 50-50, I'm jumping out the way. Like, you could see his mental business, and I love that about him. But I feel like he's added another tool to our toolbox here where we can play now 3 at the back and could be very effective in Africa.
100%. Like the composure and the balance he brings to us there at the back in the back 3, And listen, even the goal that Sundowns scored when Sibisi jumped out, that was just a good run. Listen, defensively we were organized, our shape was proper, but it was just a good run that was made inside the box by their goal scorer. He made a good run inside out. But the 3 of them were solid all the way, brave, composed when we were on the ball. So, and it also shows, it goes back, everything for me goes back to our coach. And I'm heading straight for these plastic supporters who are saying our coach needs to get the axe. You don't know football. We Orlando Pirates supporters that know that our coach understands and studies the game. And he knows that we were going to play Sundowns again. Listen, we went a completely different system. For example, 3 at the back. That's bravery. That showed his bravery again today. That showed his bravery, Mike, against an attacking line that is undeniably the best, not just in South Africa, but on the continent as well, one of the best on the continent, And what happened? But Peter Shalulele, completely, we took him out because they had to change their tactics again. They brought on Salis, but that is because our tactical discipline was so well drilled in that game, and that they had to make the changes. But that goes back to our coaches again. And Mbokazi, what a boy! He's growing in stature, Mikey. What a boy! The boy look like he's becoming a seasoned professional in 4 or 5 games. That is what we need. That is what we need in our youngsters. So he's brought that stability us, and we can only hope he grows from strength to strength, and our centre back and our back line just grows from strength to strength with the addition of Mbokazi there.
Yeah, and now just to finish off the show, we can't end without talking about our superstar Rele Mofokeng. I mean, Ipan Tsula on Twitter had asked Peter here, what is the ceiling for Mofokeng? Every time we think he's reached the ceiling, we think and then everyone's talking about he's in bad form, take him out, he needs to rest, then he shows you what I'm all about. In one of the biggest games of the season, that shows you big match temperament, shows you he has what it takes. The second goal, the way he takes that goal, the way he slots that, that for me that's European, that's ready for the
100%, Mike.
Yeah, no panic, just slide it in there, finesse, finish. Beautiful.
I was telling coach here, Mike. That is like you guys finishers in your era. The touch, the finesse, the Ronaldinhos. That exactly knows where the goalkeeper is, and I'm just going to roll it in there. That is what a superstar player does. You have your form, Mike. You have your form. You have the graph on the form where you have your good time, then you have the dip, then you go up again with your form. But that's what Rele is at his age, 19, 20 years old. His graph has not even been dipping because we're fearful when that dip comes in the form that it doesn't dip too fast, so that the way up is a bit longer. He's just gone there and then he's pushed it way up. That shows you, Mike, that this boy's intelligence, football intelligence, his emotional intelligence, his emotional maturity for a person his age, knowing that, hey, because you can easily go into a slum hearing all those negative things. You can, as a youngster, you go into a slum. But it shows his strong character to say, hey, listen, I just have to, if I'm switched on the day and I'm ready, I can be the player who everybody sees me to be. Yeah. And today he showed
it. There's also a slight change in his role that we noticed today. Do you want to chat about the slight difference in, because obviously we went 3-5-2 almost, and he almost played as part of the front two with Evidence, and Evidence running the channels and really almost there as a false nine. Different role for him, but he makes it look easy.
It just goes to his maturity. His football intelligence, his maturity in the game. The coach asked him, listen, Rele, can you do this for me? Yes, coach, I'm not going to complain. I'm going to do it for you to the best of my ability. And look what the best of his ability is, putting 2 goals away. That's needing a player when we need players to say, hey, listen, can you do this for me? I can do this for the team, because that is what he told us as supporters. I can do this. My team needs me to do this. I'm going to do this. And he gives 100%. So the bravery for coach to do that, and for him as well, his maturity and his finesse, Mike. His finesse placing those balls away. Even the first goal with the pressure on him, when that Magopa plays across, there's pressure on him, but he knows what he needs to do. I just need to get my foot nice and solid onto the ball, not going to smash it. Hit my foot and go in. Boof. The second goal, I just need to put it into the corner. That is unbelievable. This boy, you asked me about how far he can go. The sky is not the limit, and we proved that today.
Hey, beautiful, Nibi. Always a pleasure catching up with you. Orlando Pirates fans, let us know what you thought of today's performance. For me, one of the best days of the season so far for Orlando Pirates, the Spanish guitar. Yeah. Thank you so much. We never doubted you. I know that you still got a lot to deliver this season. We got cup competitions. That's your specialty. Let's get behind the boys.
100%.
All the way from SoccerBeat, talking Pirates, Cheesy. Don't let that
we waited to be with you.
The Pirates boys, we're in today. So we hope to see you back soon, Cheesy. We forgive you.
We miss you, Cheese. But we have a therapy session planned for you. Come back, let's eat the powers. We can't let them off the hook.
This football analysis is very serious, guys, but there's something that's come to our attention. What has happened on the other side of Soweto? There's something else happening.
My brother, how's this? My brother, Jesus. We are running Soweto this weekend. We had our foot on this other yellow team. We had our foot on them. We didn't have to do anything with the other yellow team. They drowned in the Bay Area there. I hope that we send out the SOS. Maybe you know what we can do, Mike? Our captain, maybe Jose can just take our ship around there and we can throw a little lifeboat out for them. But don't put them on our ship. We don't want that bad luck.
We'll drag them back to shore. We'll drag them back to shore.
We'll drag them back to shore.
Okay, we're smiling. Orlando Pirates fans, we're in it. Sorry, not the goal, the yellow, struggling. We hate to see it. We hate to see it here at Orlando Pirates. Hate to see it.
Oh, shit. Oh, my head.
Cheers, guys.
We out. Thanks, Mike.
SoccerBeat,